from the WYLN studios in Hazleton, Pennsylvania. WYLN Evening Edition at 5:30 starts right now.
Good evening. It's Tuesday, February 23rd, 2016. I'm Ann Gownley. A fatal accident near Harwood this morning claimed the life of a 36-year-old from Hazleton. Cecile Burke from Hazleton died in a rollover accident on Route 924 around 7 o'clock this morning. Police say it appeared she was headed towards Humboldt when the accident happened. She was thrown from the car and pronounced dead on scene. No one else was injured. Burke was not wearing a seatbelt, according to state police. The accident is still under investigation. Hazleton police have arrested a man on weapons charges. Police say they got a call from a man on Alter Street between 2nd and 3rd that he was being threatened by a man with a machete. They arrested 50-year-old Roberto Medina Sanchez and charged him with possession of prohibited weapons and a list of other charges. He was arraigned overnight at the county prison. A guilty plea from the owner of Wyoming Homes. 63-year-old David Valenti pleaded guilty to 19 theft counts. He'd been accused of a long list of people of taking money from modular homes that were never built. There were also accusations that homes which were built were of shabby quality. Prosecutors dropped charges in a few cases, and several more have been placed on the trial list for May. There were tens of thousands of dollars involved. Valenti has been in the manufactured home business since he was 18 and has operated Wyoming Homes since he was 21 years old. The exact value of Valenti's thefts will be determined at a restitution hearing. Valenti remains free on unsecured bail pending sentencing, which is set for May 26th. An elderly woman had to be helped from her burning home yesterday after it caught fire in West Hazleton. The call came in around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. When crews got on scene, they found heavy black smoke coming from the second floor of the home.
We had heavy smoke at the second division, which is the second floor. Roof line was billowing. At that point, we saw the gas build up where the glass started breaking, and we had a large fireball exit the second floor. My concern was removing the patient from the front porch area because the smoke started banking down even onto the porch area coming out that front door. So we moved her to a safe area, had EMS direct their attentions to her. We started initial attack operations. We had a possibility of a partial collapse in the front bedroom or front first floor division. We immediately stopped operations, regrouped till I had second and third attack groups ready, sent the crews in. We got a heavy knock on this fire, got it under control rather rapidly. It was a great effort by all the agencies that were represented here today.
The elderly woman was taken to Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton, to be checked out. Evans also said a state police fire marshal was called in to help find the cause of that fire in West Hazleton yesterday. This morning, the Judiciary Subcommittee on Courts held a public hearing on the impeachment proceedings regarding PA Attorney General Kathleen Kane. State Representative Tara Toohill was appointed to the committee and heard testimony today from several people, including the Honorable Frank Dermody and a professor from Penn State University, Stephen Ross. Toohill said the purpose of the hearing was to explore the history and process to support an impeachment procedure. Schuylkill County Crime Stoppers and the State Police Fire Marshal Unit is searching for those responsible for setting a fire in North Main Street in Shenandoah on February 14th. The fire was discovered just after 4 a.m. in the rear of a vacant business and spread to the attached vacant business on North Main Street. Investigators believe the blaze started in the rear of the building and was intentionally set. Crime Stoppers will pay around $1,000 for information on the identity of those responsible. Anyone with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers at 1-877-847-7472 or contact State Police at Schuylkill Haven at 570-739-1330. An attempt at robbery in Danville Monday afternoon. Borough police say a man wearing a mask walked into the Burger King on Northumberland Street and flashed a black semi-automatic pistol. He demanded money but apparently didn't get any. He handed the clerk a bag which he apparently wanted filled with money but ran away, leaving it there. The suspect is said to have been in his 20s, wearing a gray short-sleeve shirt and a blue long-sleeve shirt. The 38th Annual American Cancer Society Telethon is right around the corner, and today those involved with the telethon gathered at the new location, the Health and Wellness Center at Hazleton. Co-founder and co-chair of the 38th Annual American Cancer Society Telethon, Clemmy Yamona, says the people seated in these chairs are the nucleus of the telethon. They gathered today to promote this year's telethon and show its newest location, the Health and Wellness Center at Hazelton. This year's telethon is in memory of Irene Gans, one of the founding members.
She is the last of the four originators. We had Henry and Leona Kreisel and Joe and Irene Gans. Irene, quiet, unobtrusive, a gallant woman. So we dedicate this telethon to her. She was the most fantastic person we've had in our midst.
Community Relations Specialist at Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazelton, Lisa Marie Halecki, says they are elated that the American Cancer Society Telethon chose this location.
We're very happy here at the Health and Wellness Center at Hazelton as the new location for this year's annual American Cancer Society Telethon. Lehigh Valley Health Network has been a sponsor for many years, and now we are proud to have it right here.
Clemmy hopes this telethon will bring awareness to the terrible disease and will continue to provide people with important information on treatment and recovery.
We're doing it for the people. They walk the walk as cancer survivors and cancer patients, and we try to talk the talk to raise funds so that once again we hope in our lifetime that we could eradicate cancer.
Everyone is invited to come out and join in the fight this Saturday.
Take your hand, pick up the telephone, and give us a pledge, or else come down and see us. There's great entertainment planned for the day, and there's other activities going on from 11 to 11. So we would like to have your participation, because this is one of the outstanding feats of northeastern Pennsylvania, the American Cancer Telethon.
Once again, the 38th Annual American Cancer Society Telethon is this Saturday at the Health and Wellness Center at Hazelton from 11 a.m. until 11 p.m. If you are unable to make the telethon, you can watch it live right here on WYLN. Coming up here on WYLN News, we'll hear more about this year's telethon and about the new event on Saturday, Fashion for a Cure. Well, it's time now for a first look at our forecast. Today's snowfall caused many schools in our viewing area for an early dismissal, but can we expect any more this week, or is it just all going to be rain? Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik is in the Weather Center with the details. Joe?
Well, eventually everything's going to change over to just some plain old rain, but in the meantime, there is a little bit of a mixture across our area and even some freezing rain that is falling. Here's a look at the travel cameras across our region. Again, the roadway is actually not looking too bad at this point in time, but we still got those winter weather advisories as well as the freezing rain advisories in effect, even as we head through parts of our area through the overnight hours. So you're going to have to be careful of that if you happen to be traveling. And there you can see the moisture making its way toward the north and east. A little bit of a break, but again, some heavier precipitation will start to overspread our area. And as it does so, it's going to give us, before all is said and done, a decent amount of liquid, that being in the form of rain. Temperature-wise, above freezing, 36 in New Angola as well as Berwick, 37 in Bloomsburg and Danville. Complete 7-day forecast coming up in just a few. Ann?
Thanks, Joe. Coming up next, the Pennsylvania Department of Community and Economic Development awarded the city of Hazelton the Keystone Community Main Street designation. We'll hear from those involved. More news, weather, and sports is headed your way only on WYLN. Stay tuned.
You're watching WYLN News with Ann Gownley, Gary Perna, Julie Stefanovich, Paula Degnan, Chief Videographer Mike Lula, weather with meteorologist Joe Garbacik, and sports with Eric DeBerardinis.
Boy, I hope I win tonight.
Why?
It's tax time, and I have to get my taxes done.
Well, why don't you try Honest Abe's tax service? The most you'll pay is $75 to $125. They say don't stress, pay less.
What's that name again?
Honest Abe's Business and Tax Service. 310 South Church Street, Hazelton, 570-861-8297.
We're here. We're here to fight this. We're here with board-certified oncologists. We're here with access to genetic counseling clinical trials, and the most advanced treatment options. We're here with the strength of the region's leading health network. And now we're here in Hazleton, the new LVHN Cancer Center. We're here for you.
We're having an open house and you're invited.
Big news for Hazleton's downtown district. It has been added to the list of Main Street communities. WYLN's Gary Perna has more on what it means for the city of Hazleton.
Last week, the Pennsylvania Department of Community and Economic Development announced that the city of Hazleton has been officially awarded a Keystone Community Main Street designation, a 5-year designation that will take effect now and run through February of 2021. So what does that mean for the city?
About 2 years ago, the Downtown Hazleton Alliance for Progress was started by a group of people looking at the downtown, interested in either moving down here or just seeing a rebirth of the downtown. And part of that was a strategic plan that was done. And one of the main action items of the strategic plan, once it was completed about a year ago, was to become a Main Street community. So a year-long process started. It's through the Department of Economic and Development with Pennsylvania.
D'Angelo said that Krista Snyder, the executive director of the Alliance, is out getting trained on what needs to be done with this designation.
So Krista's at a Main Street training, or a Main Street manager training right now. So there's a lot that happens at these meetings. Other communities, other downtown Main Street managers get together to talk about things that are happening good in their downtowns, the bad things that are happening, all kind of different tools and things. And that's just one benefit of being in a Main Street, or designated a Main Street community. The other major one, and obviously we got to talk about, is the economic piece of it. I mean, it opens you up for a lot of grant and funding opportunities for a lot of our projects. Let's face it, all these projects that we have going on or have identified all cost money, and it opens the downtown up for all kind of tax credit zones, grants, things like that. That, you know, really, if you have a project that you know in the downtown, there's tons of opportunity right now. So if you want to open a business or start a business, you know, contact Krista. And, you know, really, we got a lot of great things happening down here right now.
The designation as a Main Street community comes with several economic benefits. Among those include property construction under several DCED programs, including the Keystone Community Grant and loan programs, tax credit opportunity for private businesses that partner with the Alliance to invest in the community, and economic development programs via the Neighborhood Assistance Program, along with enterprise zone tax credits for private businesses that invest in redevelopment projects within the downtown district. Hazleton is only one of 20 communities in the state with this designation. D'Angelo said one of the projects that is going to be helped out is the rehabilitation of Wyoming Street.
But before we even were designated Main Street, our organization was still busy putting in grants. Wyoming Street was obviously looked at through the strategic plan. They identified that as a key part of the downtown. So we looked at grant opportunities and different funding sources to basically redo the streetscape and the walkways and the lighting, similar to what was done on Broad Street. So that's a huge project, and hopefully it gets funded. And now, obviously, being a Main Street community too, it puts us higher on the priority list when they look at us, just because they know we're an organization that's basically put together, well funded, and sustainable.
It will also assist with the new city park and renovating the former Security Savings Bank building as a new city arts center. For more information about the Alliance and the Main Street program, you can visit downtownhazleton.org or call them at 570-455-1509. In Hazleton, for WYLN News, I'm Gary Perna.
Thank you, Gary. Coming up next, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik is back with a full look at our forecast. Stay tuned.
For over 25 years, Whitetail Preserve Shooting Range, 118 Boulevard Road, Bloomsburg, has provided professionally designed skeet, track and sporting clay fields. All stations are handicap accessible with resident NRA certified shooting instructors on site. There are packages available to fit anyone's budget. Restaurant and catering on site. Our facility is also available for weddings, business meetings, bachelor and private parties. Call 570-384-2314.
Hi, I'm Joe Garbacik from WYLN TV. Please join us this year as the Hazleton unit of the American Cancer Society presents the 38th annual telethon On the Road to Wellness. The telethon will be held Saturday, February 27th at our new home, the Health and Wellness Center at Hazleton. WYLN will be broadcasting live from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Join us for a day filled with great entertainment. The telethon is made possible by these sponsors. Well, we've had a little bit of a mixture of precipitation falling across our area, and even as we head through tonight, those temperatures will start to rise, but be looking at the possibility, some areas seeing some pockets of freezing rain a little bit out there, so be careful if you have to travel as we head through the overnight hours, especially through the first part of the overnight hours. And then tomorrow it's going to be mild, and we're going to be looking at a decent amount of rain overspreading our area. Onto the graphic for today, and there you can see that mixture of precipitation overspreading our area. And you know, before all is said and done, we're going to be looking at a decent amount of liquid out of this, that coming in the form of rain, primarily rain. And we can be looking at the potential of over an inch of rain or so across our area. And we still have some precipitation to deal with across our region, but again, in the meantime, we still have those winter weather advisories in effect for our area. We also have those freezing rain advisories in effect, so be careful if you're traveling through this evening and as we head through the overnight hours. Live 35 Skycast Doppler. Again, all of this is relatively light, with the exception as you head further down toward the south, say Schuylkill County and point southward, some heavier precipitation that is actually now falling. We're at 31 degrees outside our station in Hazleton. Again, those numbers will continue to be on the increase through tonight and as we head into tomorrow. Temperature-wise, 30 in Mount Pocono, but if you look at the rest of the areas, generally above freezing. 34 at Evoque Airport, 38 in Selinsgrove, and take a look out in southwestern PA. It's an indication of that warmer air coming in. 50 degrees now in Pittsburgh. Still in the 30s up in the Wyoming Valley area. Here's a look at the satellite and radar precipitation moving in. We're going to get some breaks in the activity, and then some steadier, heavier rain will start to overspread our area as we go into tomorrow, and even as we go into tomorrow evening and tomorrow night, and some leftover showers as we go into our Thursday. Taking a look at the numbers tonight, those generally continue to go up. They go up for tomorrow. We're up into the 40s, so things looking pretty good. Liquid amounts, decent amount. We can be looking at about an average of about an inch or so of rain, possibly in excess of that before all is said and done with this particular storm system, and it departs as we go into our Thursday, and it's going to be more quiet going into our Friday. Extended forecast looking like this, and what we can expect over the next couple of days, well, we got 40s, and then we got 30s. As we go into our Friday, as we go into our Saturday, as we go into our Sunday, we're back up into the 40s, and it gets a little bit colder as we go into early next week. Our daytime Pennsylvania lottery numbers: a pick 210, pick 3081, and a pick 44506. Well, there's the pick 5 numbers, 54035, and the treasure hunt number 689, 16, and 27. Stick around. We'll have a lot more for you coming up after this break.
If you're not in danger and you see a crime, text 274-637, 274-637, 274-637. Send your tip, take them off the street. Text 274-637. Send your tip, take them off the street. No one will know your identity.
Now helping to solve or prevent a crime is just a text away. Text my tips to the word crimes and let the law help you.
This week on Topic A, we're talking all about the 38th Annual American Cancer Society Telethon, taking place Saturday,
February 27th from 11 to 11 at the Health and Wellness Center at Hazelton. The two co-chairs will join me to talk about all the events going on and why you should attend. This week on Topic 8, only on WYLN.
Joined by Sherry O'Donnell, who for this year's telethon is the coordinator for Fashion for a Cure, and it's something brand new to the telethon and something that we always like to highlight. Anything that's new, it brings excitement for what's new every year at the telethon. Tell us about this year.
Okay, yes, we are very excited. At the American Cancer Society Telethon on February 27th in the 2 p.m. hour, there'll be a segment called Fashion for a Cure. What we're doing is we're having family members, dads, daughters, brothers, sisters, moms, daughters, sisters, or they could just be by themselves,
right.
The models, from ages 2 all the way through adult. They're going to be modeling clothes from Old Navy, donated for us to borrow from Old Navy, to present on the telethon in honor of or in memory of a loved one. And by that, then maybe we'll have family members call in and give donations in honor of that person walking for either the deceased or the survivor. And then we will raise some funds for the American Cancer Society, and we'll do it through a family effort. And that's what's really exciting about this, that we're getting everybody involved, and it's just a feel-good presentation, and we can't wait. And we really want to thank Old Navy for helping us out.
And that's something that we stress every year at the telethon. It doesn't matter what age, it doesn't matter anything. It could happen to anybody, and it could happen to mother, father, sister, brother, aunt, uncle. I mean, I can go on, and that's kind of what you're trying to prove, is that everyone is affected by this, no matter the age.
Yes, and I was really thrilled when all these families agreed and said, sure, we'll do it. Even the dads, they were like, yeah, this is going to be great, we'll do it. And this is what we want, family involvement and teaching the young people of our community to follow through as the generations go on.
What do you hope people get out of this, not only the fashion show, but the telethon itself, for those maybe even watching it for the first time and hearing the information that they get through 12 hours? And of course it's here on WYLN, so if they're not at the Health and Wellness Center at Hazelton, they'll be able to listen to these words of the survivors.
Yes, they will find out where they can get assistance if they are in need, if they are a cancer patient, if they are a survivor. They can get support. They will hear stories of hope. They will also see the community come together as a group and perform different activities at the telethon and donate of their time, and families coming together. It is just such a good feeling at the telethon. Unless you're there, it's hard to explain. You can watch it on WYLN and you'll see the happiness of everybody. But when you're actually there, you get this community feeling and something where everybody's coming together to help.
And you're talking about being there. For many years, you've been a volunteer. There's so many people behind the scenes that you don't see that help put this telethon together. Mm-hmm. Why do you do it every year?
I can't not do it. I feel like I want to be there from the morning until the evening. I want to see all the different performers come in and the smiles they bring to everybody. And it's just something, some way, some small way to give back to the community.
Well, thank you, and thank you for all that you do, of course, for the American Cancer Society and the telethon itself. Once again, Sherry O'Donnell, 2 o'clock is that fashion show that we can't wait to see. And like you said, it's young to older adults, and it's going to be awesome.
It is.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
We'll be right back.
Hello, I'm Bill Washko from WYLN TV. Please join us this year as the Hazelton unit of the American Cancer Society presents the 38th annual telethon On the Road to Wellness. The telethon will be held Saturday, February 27th at our new home, the Health and Wellness Center at Hazelton. WYLN will be broadcasting live from 11 to 11. The telethon is made possible by these sponsors.
Tuesday night will be highlighted by several District 11 basketball semifinal matchups. Monday propelled several District 2 teams into the championship round. AAA boys semis, Berwick bringing a crowd versus GAR. 6-point lead for the Bulldogs in the third quarter. But here, Keyshawn Palmer, the huge rejection that turns into points on the other end. The Grenadiers' Day-Day Rush leans in for the 3-ball, and we have a game. But the conference's leading scorer, Tyler Evans, the steal double clutching for the Dogs. There's 2 of his game-high 21. Next, Damon Beckhorn drives and draws contact. Berwick up 11, and they go on to win 62-55, securing a spot in the state playoffs for the first time since 1980.
Yeah, I mean, we all work together. Like Coach King always tells us, we need to stay tight and stay together, and not one person can win the game for us, so we just play hard and stick together as a team, because that's who's going to win.
AA semis, Riverside, the 12 seed, aiming to upset top seed Myers. Mohawks not about to let that happen. First quarter, that's Matt DeSoy drilling a triple. Then Myers continuing their run. Omar Kelly steal length of the floor and score 10 straight for the Mohawks. Riverside just can't hang, and Myers moving on to the championship 53-29. Girls hoops now, AAA and top seed Nanticoke battling 4 seed Scranton Prep. The Lady Cavs actually up 14 in the fourth, but the Trojanettes make it very interesting. There's Gina Roberts for the deuce. Then Lisa Radziak in the corner, buckets, and that's followed by a quick Prep turnover. So on the ensuing possession again, it's Roberts with the inside score plus the foul. Nanticoke all the way back within 1. It's 37-36, but Scranton Prep able to seal it at the line, and they win 40-36. The following game, the AA girls semis, with 1 seed Holy Redeemer taking on 13 seed Cinderella Mid-Valley. Lady Royals not a fan of the storybook narrative. Sammy Reisner drilling the tray to start the onslaught. And that's followed up by Rebecca Prochiak with the pretty ball fake to split the double team on the block. Redeemer up 5-0 and never really face a challenge. They'll be heading back to the championship game 66-28 the final. Lady Royals will play Holy Cross in the final. And the college announcements aren't over yet, even a few weeks after National Signing Day. Today, Crestwood football player Noah Keita announced that he will be attending Lackawanna College. Keita was considered one of the top offensive linemen in the area, but was injured in the first game of his senior season versus Berwick. Lackawanna is a junior college that has produced countless Division I players in recent years. Tonight, Penn State Hazleton women's basketball competing in the PSU AC championship game at the Bryce Jordan Center against PSU Beaver, who they lost to earlier this year, and also the Baby Pens hosting the Hershey Bears in a battle for first place in the Atlantic Division. Tonight on Late Edition Sports, we'll have highlights from District 11 playoff basketball action, but next, Joe Garbacic is in with a final look at the forecast.
Hello, I'm Gary Perna from WYLN TV. Please join us this year as the Hazleton unit of the American Cancer Society presents the 38th annual telethon On the Road to Wellness. The telethon will be held Saturday, February 27th at our new home, the Health and Wellness Center at Hazleton. WYLN will be broadcasting live from 11 to 11 p.m. Join us for a day filled with great entertainment. The telethon is made possible by these sponsors.
All right, we're up in the 40s tomorrow and Thursday. We got that rain around, and some of it will be heavy at times, and it turns colder as we go into this upcoming weekend, and back up into the 40s, then back down into the 30s.
Well, it looks like a beautiful day on Saturday, which
Oh, yeah,
means
sure
there's
things.
really no excuse if you want to come out and check out the 38th Annual American Cancer Society Telethon. Once again, this year, it's at its new location, the Health and Wellness Center at Hazleton. It'll be there from 11 a.m. until 11 p.m. So much is happening. Entertainment, a health fair, tricky trays, and just get to come out and hear about, the survivor stories. They're the ones that we really like to hear. It's from 11 to 11 on Saturday. We'll have more about it all this week. Have a good night.